My GTA chums, we're at Benny's today. That's because Benny's cars, Benny's upgrades are all discounted by 50%, and I'll show you that with this Comet. Upgrade 322 rather than 650 grand or whatever it is. So I'm going to show you the top 5 best Benny's vehicles to purchase while you have this upgrade discount, because you want to take advantage of it this week. We have till Thursday. Let's crack on. So in at number 5 we have a lowrider. It's one of these beasts. Yes, the Buccaneer is a great one for a convertible, but it's not that. It's going to be the Voodoo. But first I should draw your attention to the Yuga Classic, which is it's not four-wheel drive, it's two-wheel drive. It looks four-wheel drive. Great customizationable vehicle, but it's two-wheel drive, so it's not included in the top 5, everyone. But the Voodoo is. This is the best value lowrider in the entire game. It's only 420 grand standard, so that's 210 grand for the upgrade, and it costs peanuts to grab this thing anyway. So you're talking about, with all the upgrades, about 350 grand with the 50% discount. Of course, it's a lowrider. Actually, the lowrider costs about 200 grand, I think, for doing all this stuff. So all your hydraulics cost you a bit of money. That's the one thing, but because it's so cheap anyway. You don't need to buy that immediately. You can buy that at a later date when it's on discount. Wait for it to come on discount. But the reason why you'd have a lowrider is just for showing off in the game, really. Sometimes somebody gets a lowrider out in session and you want to join them and just chillax, drive around extremely slow and do your hydraulic business, which is an awful lot of fun sometimes. And you want at least one of these, which is why it's at number 5. Anyway, onwards. The standard Comet at 100 grand can be converted into the Benny's Comet, the Comet Retro Custom. And this is a completely blinged out version. Ignore the rims, I know. But it's a great looking wide body, old fashioned. It's not wide body, it's just an old fashioned Porsche 911. And it looks great. This is, of course, the spoiler you want to get with this car. Oh, come on, man. Want to get with this car, and it's brilliant. It really is. Number 4, maybe it should be higher, but this is a sports variety car. It's pretty fast, but it's also a Porsche. It's an old school Porsche that goes and flips it on the corners. It'll cost you, what did we say earlier, 325 grand, so it's normally 600 and odd grand. So for the Benny's upgrade, so that's 425 grand total for the base car and the Benny's. And all the upgrades would cost you about 100 grand, so that's more like 500 grand, 550 grand with all the mega upgrades. Great car, super cheap, and this was the one I bought second after the the other one. I can't reveal the other one, otherwise I'll tell you number 1. Number 1 is well worth waiting for. This is a great car, an essential for Porsche fanatics. It's also a pretty damn quick car as well. Great value at 50% off the Benny's upgrade as well. So that is number 4. Superb car. In at number 3 is the Benny's Faction Custom Donk. This is about 700 grand normally for the upgrade to Benny's, but it's going to be 350 grand for this week only. You can off-road in this Muffle Freaker. You can also do a lowrider edition, but this is my favourite, the Custom Donk. It's actually rear-wheel drive, not four-wheel drive, alas. A problem with these Benny's vehicles where they could have really maximised the potential of these vehicles and made a super awesome car rather than just an awesome car, but it's still a brilliant car. And as you can tell with the build, you're going to love it or hate it. It's the Custom Donk, but the next vehicle is going to be the one which really sells this style of off-road, well, the off-roader to you. If you fancy a bit of off-road, then perhaps the ultimate is going to be at number 2, which is the Yosemite Rancher. What an off-roader, what a beast. This costs you 700 grand from Benny's for the Benny's upgrade. So that's going to be 350 grand. Yes, the base unit, the Yosemite, will cost you about 485 grand. So we're talking, well, a bit of change out of $1 million, but it's an excellent off-roader. It's 4-wheel drive. Yeah, I said there isn't any. It was a 4-wheel drive to begin with, I think. But it's just superb. It can do off-road properly. It can go up Mount Chiliad, the hard route. It can go through water. As an off-roader, it's excellent. I'd say it's a top end of middle. So it's not top end, it's not the very best, but considering it's a Benny's vehicle, It can do really well off-road. All it is it's just a bit slower than the other vehicles, but look at it, look at the customization on it. I mean, yeah, this might not suit your tastes, but there are so many options. You can do so many builds with this vehicle once you get the BENNYS version. It's one of the best in the game, and it's the best BENNYS off-roader in the game for sure. You want to get it basically. If you already own the Yosemite for some reason and it's not upgraded, then you know what to do. You want to upgrade it to this immediately, because that is number 2. It is superb and it's well worth it. What a car! What a dream! Superb. So what is number 1 then? Well, let's see, shall we? In at number 1 is BENNYS' version of the Dodge Viper. The wide body kit on the Banshee makes it the Banshee 900R, which is one of the fastest cars in the game and the cheapest fast car in the game. The standard cost is about 500 odd grand for the BENNYS upgrade, so with a 50% discount that's about 250 grand. So for 350 grand you can buy the car and the BENNYS upgrade, so call it 450 when you do all the optimal upgrades for this level of performance. Super high top speed. It's in the supers class, which means yes, it isn't competitive, but which BENNYS is? You're buying it for fun, for power slides, for just driving around session, wreaking havoc. I've not tried this on low grips, I realise now, I should have done that, but it's excellent, and that's why it's number 1. It is the best. I've taken the roof off. You can put the roof back on again to make it look more like a Viper rather than this absolutely beasted Viper that we've got here. Got lots of customizations, but BENNYS wise, I suppose it's got less than your average BENNYS, but it's got everything you need really to make it look great. That wide body kit is one of the best, and it is one of the best looking cars in the game. So for that reason, it's my number 1, numero uno. You need to buy this car no matter who you are out there, and you're going to have a lot of fun with it. Anyway, that brings us to the end of my BENNYS discounts, BENNYS top 5. Hope it's been useful for you. If it has, drop a like and subscribe. Give me your favourite BENNYS in the comments, of course. But thank you very much for tuning in. Have a great day if you're playing Das GTA.